Hello students, today we will start with the next program, that is the program for creating the form elements and text area. That is, in this we will create the text area for the address, and again we will create a drop down list and we will select the different options from the given list. Okay, so now today we are going to study. In the previous lecture we have already studied one form in which we have seen how to create these different types of check boxes, radio buttons and the text box. This we have studied in the previous lecture. In this lecture we will take the next example which is based on the form. So student, again here you can see the first tag of your program starting is written as doctype HTML. Now what is the meaning of doctype HTML? Doctype HTML means the document type declaration. The document type declaration is for the HTML. After that we have start with the program. That is, first is the HTML tag. Now what is the use of HTML tag? For writing any HTML program we use the starting tag as an HTML tag that we have seen in the syntax, okay, or the basic structure of HTML. After HTML the next tag is the head tag. As HTML is divided into two sections, that is head section and the body section. So under the head section we have the title tag. So we have assigned the title as form elements and text area. Once our title is completed, the title tag which is open over here is closed by using \title. So in this way we have completed assigning the title for our program. So the title tag is closed and the head section which is open over here, student, that gets closed over here. It means once your title is completed, your title tag is closed and your head section is completed. So whatever the head tag is open, that is closed by using \head. In this way, remember, in HTML every opening tag has an closing tag. Hence HTML consists of different paired tags. There are some of the singular tags in which closing is not necessary, that we will see below. Okay, now the next section is the body section. See here, the body section. Inside the body section we use the BG color attribute. Body is the tag, remember, and BG color is the attribute. BG color is used when you want to assign the background color to your document. Every attribute has an corresponding value assigned to it. So here BG color has an attribute. The value of that attribute is 9. Okay, so whatever the background color is assigned, that is given over here, and the text color for your background will be red. Okay, after that inside the body, as we have seen previously, that we can write different types of text, documents, images, and we can create table, form, everything. So inside the body tag we have used the heading tag, that is H1. You all are familiar now what is the use of H1 tag. H1 is the highest heading level tag, whereas H6 is the lowest heading level tag. So we have used the highest heading tag, that is H1, use of form elements, and your H1 tag is closed. After that we have used the next tag, that is the form tag. In form tag we have used the different attributes. Okay, a single tag can contain multiple attributes like methods, action, etc. So the form is the tag and the first attribute used is the method. There are different methods we have seen in the theory part, that is get and post. So here which method we have used? Post. Action is equal to data.php. Here is the file which we want to link. Okay. After that now we have to create a text box. So for creating a text box we use the syntax as a text box is created, see in the output, enter the name and a text box is created. So the syntax for creating this type of text box is enter your name, then your angular bracket, input type is equal to text, name is equal to FN. You all can assign any name in double quote. So input is the tag, type is the attribute with value as text, again the name is the attribute with value as FN. It means that it has two different attributes for the input tag. First attribute is for the text box creation, and second is the name that is assigned for your text box. After that we have used the BR tag. Now what is the use of BR tag? BR tag is used to break the line. and print the data on the new line. Here you all can see, enter your name, then there is a text box and next entry is done on the next line, that is select your cities down, not in a straight line. So we have used the BR tag. Here BR tag is the singular tag, there is no closing of this BR tag. After that I want to select the number of cities, that is I want to create a drop down list. If you want to create a drop down list, we use the tag as select name is equal to city. Name is the attribute and value is city. So select is the tag, name is the attribute and value is assigned as city. You all can assign any value and you all have to provide the different options that should be displayed over here. See here, when you will click on this arrow, here you will have the different options that will be there for you selecting your cities. So we have provided here with 3 different options. The first option tag is for Pune. Once your option is completed, the option tag which is open over here gets closed by using \option. Second is for Nagpur and third is for Solapur. Then your select tag is closed, that is your drop down list is completed, and again we have used the BR tag, that is break off line tag. After that, the next is for address creation. See here student, you all can see for the address we have a big text box. See, this is a single line text box. If you want to create a multi-line text box, then you use text area. So when we want to enter the address, what we do, enter your address, then text area is the tag with different attributes. The first attribute is name. Text area name is equal to address. You all can give any names. Number of rows, he have given that I want 3 rows for the text area and column should be 30. Okay, and placeholder is that you want to compulsory provide the address in your address box. Okay, that is in this there are 3 rows and 30 columns, and this filling of this frame is compulsory, it is required. Once the text area is completed, the tag which is opened over here gets closed, and again the BR tag, that is break off line. Next we have created a button for the send. Here you all can see a button is done for the send. For that we will use input type is equal to submit, value is equal to send. Input type is equal to submit, it means you all are creating a button which has the value send, which is used for sending the data. In this way we have completed our form creation. Then the form tag which is open over here gets closed by using \form. Then your body tag gets closed and your HTML tag gets closed. Remember, the first tag should be HTML and the end tag should be HTML. Everything written in program should be enclosed within this HTML tags. Okay. Now once we have completed our program, we will save the program with .html extension and then we will execute the program on the browser. When we will execute the program on the browser, you will get to see the output as this. That is, you will enter your name, you can write your name with the help of cursor. You can select your city from this and enter your address over here. So in this way, we have seen how to create a form creation by using HTML. Now student, here in this you all have seen that action is equal to data.php. So what is this PHP? So this PHP is again one programming language. It is called as server-side scripting language. Okay, PHP is nothing but it is a server-side scripting language in which whatever the data you all are giving, that data is accepted in data.php file. Okay, so whatever the data you all are going to enter in your program, that will be getting stored in the data.php file, that is accepted data of the user. Understood? So PHP is again another programming language which is server-side scripting language. Okay. So now moving forward, we will see what is the use of call span attribute in a table. So for creating a table, why we will use the call span attribute, and what is call group and call tags, that we are going to study. Okay, so I think so this is very easy, that we have seen how to create a table in the previous lecture. Similarly, based on that, we will see how to create a group, how to combine 2 columns and how to combine 2 rows, that is call span and row span. Before studying use of call span and row span, we will see what is call group. Now what is calls group? The call group is the attribute, or you can say the calls group is a tag which is used to specify one or more column that is used for the formatting of a table. Okay, दैट इज कॉल्स ग्रुप किसके लिए यूज किया जाता है? कॉल्स ग्रुप ये एक टैग ऐसे है कि जिसमें क्या किया जाता है, एक या एक से ज्यादा का ग्रुप रहेगा कॉलम्स का, तो उसमें फॉर्मेटिंग टेबल में कैसे की जाती है, तो वो फॉर्मेटिंग बाय यूजिंग कॉल्स ग्रुप की जाती है. कॉल्स ग्रुप ये हम कहाँ पे यूज करते हैं कि जहाँ पे हमें डिफरेंट टाइप्स के स्टाइल्स जो भी रहती है वो अप्लाई करनी रहती है, और वो जो भी स्टाइल्स रहेंगी हम बाय यूजिंग CSS अप्लाई करेंगे, तो वो एक या एक से ज्यादा कॉलम्स पे हम क्या कर सकते हैं, अप्लाई कर सकते हैं बाय यूजिंग कॉल ग्रुप टैग. फिर कॉल ग्रुप टैग्स अगर हम अप्लाई करने वाले हैं तो हमें क्या करना रहता है कि वो जो भी स्टाइल है हमें इंडिविजुअल TD टैग को असाइन करनी रहती है. दैट इज द कॉल्स ग्रुप टैग इज ऑलवेज रिटन बाय यूजिंग ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग bracket, and whatever is the data that is written in between this opening and closing calls group. And call is nothing but it is again one attribute which is used within your call group. So calls is the attribute or calls is the tag that we use within the calls group tag. So the call tag has no end tag, so there is no end tag for the call. It is used within your call group tag. Okay, so there are different attributes used with the call tag. The first is the span attribute. So now what is the meaning of span? Span means what? If you want to assign any styling to your first two columns or three columns, if you give the value as 2, see here, call span is equal to 2, style is equal to background color red. This style is the CSS tag, and we have used the CSS as we want the property background color and the value of that property is red, that is the background color should be red. Okay, and now here is meaning, what is the meaning of span? Span is equal to 2. It means that your two color that is your background color is equal to red, that is a style which will be applied only to your first two columns. Okay, not for the entire columns, it will get applied to your first two columns. Okay, here is one more note given to you all, that the BG color attribute which we use in HTML5 is depreciated this year, and the use of CSS is done, that you are going to study in the next year. That is what is CSS, how the CSS is applied, what are the different types of CSS, that you are going to study in standard 12. Okay, the browser will support only the BG color attribute. Understood? So for now you all have to remember that the background color, if you want to set the background color, then the browser will only support the BG color attribute, and the different types of CSS styles are that we will study in the next year. Okay, so here is a small example based on the background color, setting of the background color, and with 3 columns and their tags. So here again student, the first tag is doc type HTML, that is document type declaration is the HTML. Then first is your HTML tag, then goes with your head tag, then title. As your HTML is divided into 2 sessions, that is head session and the body session. So inside your head session we use the title tag, and what is the title we have assigned, that is use of call group. So use of call group is the title that is assigned. Once your title tag is completed, so then it gets closed by using \title. So \title is used to close the title tag. Once your title tag is completed, your head session then closed by using \head. So \head is used to close your head session. After that your next session starts, that is body session. So body, inside we are going to create a table, then table border is equal to 2. Okay, we have assigned the border for your table as 2, and your calls group. In your call group you will use the first tag, that is call, with attribute span is equal to 2, BG color is equal to red. Okay, now here remember that span is equal to 2. It is why given that your background color will be affected continuously only for the 2 rows. As previously we have seen that if you don't give call span is equal to 2 and just you will write the call bg color is equal to whatever color you want to assign, then that color will be not used to display the color for the remaining columns. So you'll have to use first the span attribute. So your span is equal to 2, background color is equal to red. It means that for the first 2 columns your background color will be red. Okay, here you all can see for the first 2 columns your background color is red. Then after that, if you use calls bg color is equal to yellow. Here span you have not used. So after your first columns, all the remaining columns will get displayed in yellow color. If you don't give the span attribute, your color will be applied to the whole document. So here we have only one more column, then that column is assigned the background color as yellow. Here we have used again the tr and th tag for creating of table. That is tr is used for table row, whereas th is used for table heading. First heading is the sr tag, SR number. Then once your data is written, your th tag which is opened over here, that gets closed by using \th. Second th is for topic name, then your th tag gets closed. Third is th again for your weightage and your th tag is closed. In this way your 3 columns of your first row is created. Then your table tag, that is tr tag which is open over here, gets closed by using \tr. Now next you all are creating the second row. So again you will get to open the next tr tag. For data is equal to 1. TD is for the table data. TR for table row and TH for table heading. So again we are entering the data. So we are using the TD tag. The first data is 1. Once the data given is completed, then that tag gets closed by using \td. Second TD is for weightage, topic name, that is basics of IT, and your second TD tag gets closed. Third is for the weightage and it has 20 marks. So our second row gets completed. So the TR tag which is open over here get again closed by using \tr. Similarly, we will have the different entries for our different records. Once we have completed with the entries, then we will close the table tag which is opened over here by using \table. So \table is used for closing the table tag. Then your body tag gets closed and your HTML tag gets closed. Again you will save your program with extension .html and you will save the file, and when you will execute your file, the output will be displayed as this. See, we have created a table with different columns, that is SR, topic name and weightage. We have used the call span attribute with bg color. Then for the first 2 columns we have red color as we have used the span value is equal to 2. For the rest we did not use the span value, so the rest of the tables will be assigned yellow color. So these are the table headings, this is the data, and these are the rows. In this way, this is the program used for writing using call span and row span attribute. Now in the next lecture we are going to study what is T body, what is T head, and what is T foot tag. How these are used for browser to enroll the table body independently without the use of header and footer. That we are going to study in the next lecture. Thank you.